Welcome to the Mythical Legends Podcast. Commentary, essays, and author interviews using Joseph Campbell's The Hero's Journey as the foundation. All stories have heroes. How they got there is our journey. To poetically borrow from Carl Sagan, in order to write a story, one has to invent a universe. In order to have a hero, one has to write the story. Today's and yesterday's generations were and are brought up in an environment with far too many choices in visual and audio entertainment. In the old days, where one had to walk to school and back again 20 miles a day both ways uphill, TV had a finite set of channels with a limited number of programs, with a set viewing period on that very limited number of programs. If Johnny Quest's time slot was 9 p.m. prime time, you had to sit in front of a TV at that time to view it. It was real-time viewing. The same went for old-time radio programs. You had to tune in. Today, viewing and listening is completely by choice. Video and play on demand has liberated the masses from the inconvenience of sitting still. There's a certain loss to having everything on demand. As a result, movies and TV shows change the flow of the story. Of course, the beginning, middle, and end are still there, but different. The emphasis has been placed more on getting into the heart of the story. If the story is told over a period of time, then the beginning, middle, and end are further broken into succinct beginning, middles, and ends. Season 1 could have 10 episodes, each with the beginning, middle, and end. And each episode could focus on a different aspect of the overarching storyline. What is an episode or chapter for us book readers? As a story unfolds, we have many stories. Each mini-story also has many stories. For example, in episode 1 of season 1, we find the hero living in a small town, living an ordinary life. The hero is going to work at an ordinary job, encountering ordinary people, friends, co-workers, and associates. The hero may like one of those ordinary people, like a lot. The first mini-story is the hero figuring out a way to tell the ordinary person their feelings. The ordinary person may be in love with another ordinary person, who the hero may or may not know. We may find ourselves in the middle of the mini-story. The hero approaches the ordinary person, expresses some feelings, but the ordinary person is thinking of the other ordinary person and tells the hero. As the episode moves along, bad guys are planning on taking over a research lab located in the small town. The story with the head bad guy is that the research company stole the bad guy's life's work, which is the reason the bad guy may have turned bad. By the end of the episode, we could have established 1. Bad guys wanting revenge, 2. The hero wanting the ordinary person, 3. The ordinary person wants the other ordinary person, 4. The other ordinary person may be the child of the bad guy, 5. The research lab is crooked and criminal. This episode is part of the beginning of the entire season. The middle of the season could establish that the bad guy is really not bad, and the hero is helping. The ordinary person may be falling in love with the hero because the other ordinary person is part of the cast of characters who stole the bad guy's work, and the ordinary person found out. The end of the season could be that the other ordinary person is the true bad guy. The no longer bad guy gets some satisfaction and becomes friends with the hero, who gets the ordinary person in the end. The start of the next season could be that the no longer bad guy starts to fall in love with the hero's ordinary person, and nothing good comes of one person liking someone else's person. In the first episode, we could have gone through the ordinary world. The ordinary world has the elements call to adventure, refusal, meeting the mentor, and crossing the threshold. With the first episode in mind, the breakdown could go as follows. Hero likes an ordinary person. The call to adventure is hero reads people in this small town are disappearing or developing cancer or something else equally bad. The hero has some information that could help find the cause, or the hero stumbles upon some clues. The refusal is the hero reluctant to get involved. The hero wants the ordinary person and thinks getting involved would distract from the main purpose, getting the ordinary person. Meeting the mentor could be coming across someone affected by what is happening. The ordinary person's family member, maybe the ordinary person directly. Something drastic happens and a new person has info or training that can help. And finally, crossing the threshold. The hero acts. It could be as simple as stopping a crime that seems related to the adventure, but once the hero acts, there is no going back. Think about that. The story shifts into gear when the hero does something that will forever change their ordinary way of life. Walking through the door means it'll close behind you, locked. The hero will have to find another way back to the ordinary world. This brings us to the end of part 1. So, what are you going to do after the game? Turn the TV on? Suppose I said there's a better way to entertain yourself. Reading. Yes, it's that simple. Reading works the brain differently than watching TV or listening to the radio. Adults who read have shown a better chance of staying mentally alert than those who don't read. Reading brings down stress and can make you feel better. Reading can also save you money. How much money does it cost to ride a roller coaster or see 3 movies? During that time, you could be entertained by reading. Do yourself a favor. Visit mythicallegends.com. That's mythicallegends.com. Click the bookstore link, scroll down and look through our selection of books. Click on a cover to read the blurb and first chapter. We offer a hard copy and or ebooks. Kindle, check. Nook, check. iPhone, iPad, check and check. Reading. It really can make you feel better and save money. That's mythicallegends.com. Part 2. Since the next Avatar movie won't be released until sometime in 2020, I decided to revisit an old article I wrote for a science fiction magazine some time ago. Even though Avatar came out in 2009, it doesn't mean it is not relevant. In this part, I discuss how technology can play a role in storytelling. The storyteller, the wielder of dreams, the conqueror of nightmares, the one who eased our worries when the light disappeared and the shadows came out. The storyteller. From the time that collective human memory can recall, it was this person that guided us through our humble beginnings. It was this person that gave the unknown a name, or sometimes let the unknown stay that way. We looked up to the storyteller because they held our hands and took us on a journey that no other person could. We reveled in their craft of wordplay and listened closely for insight into the meaning of life. As then, it is now. The storyteller has a special role in society and is courted by the famous and loved by the masses. The true storyteller stands out as magnificent and wondrous. They take us to places we can't reach physically, but shall always remember mentally. And once in a generation, one storyteller will rise above all others to be seen as supreme. In the past, we relied on the storyteller's gift of gab to transport us to the distant lands and times. The story was spun using words and skills, turning out a tapestry rich in imagery created from our mind's eye. We relied heavily on the storyteller's ability to describe things we've never seen before or to enlighten us on things we missed. It was with their words and with our minds the stories grew. With technology, the craft of the storyteller changed. There were still storytellers who reigned supreme in their craft, but the numbers were few. With technology came the ability of story making. With story making in hand, anyone could wear the title storyteller, but most often few were. Those that embraced technology and pushed it to its limits realized that it could enhance storytelling instead of hindering it. Those that tapped into the well of technology found that the bucket never reached the bottom. Old stories could be revived, embraced, and modified. New stories could be created, shaped, and evinced. Suddenly, the universe became closer to the earth and the heavens, but within arm's reach. Words would never fail the storyteller, because now pictures could be used. The mind's eye had something tangible to grasp and that much less to work. The storyteller and a picture spoke to us in a way that was different than earlier times. We all could see what the storyteller saw, and that made the journey all the more magical. Then moving pictures pushed the envelope even further. Naysayers protested loudly that the art of storytelling was cheapened. The art was watered down, and the art was forever gone. But the storytellers continued telling, and we, a seemingly rapacious herd, wanted more. We demanded more, and we received more. Never looking back, the storytellers continued. Their sheer strength and tenaciousness filled the lacuna made wide by our endless yearning for more and more stories. Through the mountain of stories told, occasionally a story would rise above the others. It would be defined as innovative and profound. We would embrace it and shower the storyteller with accolades. But we would demand more, and more stories would come, with not all of them at a level of quality we expected. However, we still asked for more. And for a while, we would be satiated, not by the quality, but by quantity. And time would pass, letting us forget how masterful a storyteller could be. It would be some time before one more story would rise high, and humankind would remember what it meant to bask in the light of a good tale. We would use emotional ratiocination to conclude that technology was not and should not be the capstone of a great story. It was a tool used by the storyteller to build a solid platform instead. Those who followed the fascist logic that technology made the story eventually realized the flaw in such trains of thoughts. The person demanded better when they saw what better was like. Technology led to the path. It was not the journey. And through this journey, a new story has arisen. Through a superior grasp of technology, a story, in its simplicity, captures the essence of the human spirit. Though, ironically, the story is not about being human. It's about embracing the spirit that makes us who we are. It's about love and the power of friendship. It's about being honest with oneself. The story is about being true. The story I speak of is Avatar. As plots go, Avatar at first glance seems rather simple. Man invades land, tries to win over the natives, lone warrior falls in love with native girl, fights for natives. However, once you look further, you realize the plot is a lot deeper than that. Man lands in a strange world, is asked to spy on the indigenous life form, wins over the trust and love of a native woman, falls in love with the woman, the native, and their way of life. Humans, one species. They fight the natives. Native woman feels betrayed because man knew it was coming. Man decides he needs to be true to himself. Man fights for the natives. Man becomes a native. Cameron becomes the storyteller. He uses technology in a way that surpasses all those before him. In one stroke, he has rewritten what it means to be a modern storyteller. The computer is a tool that breathes life into a flat screen, and what emerges is a 3D entity that captures and embraces the watcher completely and utterly. Viewing Avatar or any other movie in the standard format is akin to going deaf and wearing shades in darkness. You know something is there, but the truism reveals that what is in front of you is but a hollow shell. It is what has been accepted by the masses, but a realization does not escape you. Avatar 3D is a presage of what is to come. That which has been shall never be, and that which is now shall fall away. The gates of imagination are forever open. We cannot turn back even if we wanted to. The lambent light washes away all shadows of doubt. Avatar 3D is numinous. All appropriate movies done this way are. This is what makes technology an enhancement to storytelling, and not the story itself. I do hope you enjoyed this episode. There are many ways you can support us. Like the episode where possible, subscribe to our channels, and spread the word. Mythical Legends Podcast is brought to you by mlen.tv. That's MLEN.tv. That's the Mythical Legends Entertainment Network and Mythical Legends Publishing. MythicalLegends.com. Check out the Mythical Legends Publishing website for announcements, events, and of course our books. Until then, J. Carell Jones signing out.